Hi, my name is Lorelai Cruz, and this is my project for the biology of marine mammals. And the title is The Impact of Bycatch on Small Cetaceans. So to get us started, I'm going to start with some definitions. So the first definition is bycatch, which is described as discarded catch of aquatic animals and unnoticed death due to direct contact with fishing vessels and equipment such as long lines, gill nets, or pelagic or bottom trawl nets, the catch of non-target species in fishing gear. So if you put a fishing net and a dolphin gets stuck in it, that would be considered bycatch because that wasn't your target species. Your target species was like a fish, but you got a dolphin. So that is from Peltier in 2016 and Anderson in 2020 and Jog in 2022, respectively. The other definition is cetaceans, which is a big part of my project. So these two definitions, bycatch on cetaceans. Cetaceans are one of the most distinctive and highly specialized orders of marine mammals. This infraorder comprises highly intelligent and communicative dolphins, whales, and porpoises. So if you look to the bottom right, you can see some dolphin, whales, and porpoises there, as well as the killer whale. So some background and context. So due to the resource intersection, interactions between aquatic animals and fishermen activities have become pervasive. Most of these relations have been acknowledged to be mutually advantageous and harmful. Human activities, especially fishing, have provided marine mammal species with the benefit of nutritional gain, while the fishermen get easy foraged fish, from Jog in 2022. On the other hand, these interactions can result in adverse effects such as depredation and bycatch, from Jog in 2022 as well. Bycatch has been reported as one of the main threats to the preservation and recovery of numerous aquatic populations globally, shadowed by marine depredation of fishing equipment from Peltier in 2016, Brownell Jr. in 2019, Anderson in 2020, and Jog in 2022. For instance, since the 1980s, while the baiji of freshwater dolphin was the one kind belonging to small cetaceans that were considered in danger of extinction, the conservation status of these animals has threateningly deteriorated. Currently, the baiji is almost certainly extinct, in addition to other species of small cetaceans. You can see right here, the one on the left is the baiji. So bycatch problems have long been unnoticed and underdocumented, mainly because they remain hardly visible as they recur. They're occurring far away from harbors and fish marketplaces. Furthermore, fisheries supervision has been fixated on commercial species for years. So as you can see here, to the right, that is the vaquita porpoise, which we'll talk about in just a second. So the prevalence of this. So a study by Taylor in 2016 noted that due to Mexican gillnet fisheries, the vaquita porpoise, the Phocona, has reduced by 92% between 1997 and 2015 due to bycatch. That's this one right here. The scientific name is, like I said, the Phocona. From 1981 to 2016, Anderson in 2020 examined published data from 10 bycatch sampling programs in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Australia to determine the bycatch rate of cetaceans in all Indian Ocean tuna gillnet fisheries. After data analysts, Anderson and colleagues noted that bycatch in the Indian Ocean increased to the highest point around 100,000 small cetaceans per year from 2004 to 2006, as you can see on the graph here. However, currently the rate has reduced to approximately 80,000 per year. These approximations did not take account of cetaceans trapped by gillnet and cast off of seas, utilized as baits, bolted from capture, and later died or encountered sublethal effects, and those caught in ghost nets, but not documented. So some of the major causes are using small cetaceans as bait, which has become a routine exercise globally, impacting the conservation situation of exposed species. The practice is illegal and mainly occurs in developing nations, whereas socioeconomic influences encourage fishermen to look for cheap, fresh, and effective bait. A survey by Campbell in 2020 explored the history and a variety of current uses of small cetaceans as fishing baits in Peru. After studying 147 fishermen in 4 Peruvian ports using in-depth interviews, the authors noted that most fishermen had had small cetacean bycatch while doing fishing activities. These fishermen also claimed that bycatch cetaceans in gill nets were usually dead. In this study, the researchers noted that using dolphins as bait is often in gillnet as well as in long line shark fisheries in Peru, where fishes where fishers using gill nets utilize 1 to 4 dolphins as bait per trip from bycatch, while those using longline use 10 to 20 dolphins as bait per fishing trip. Bycatch and bait usage primarily impacts 4 kinds of species: the dusky, common, bottlenose, and the Burmeister's porpoise, which that's right here. But speaking of this one, this is also just showing that dolphins are harpooned and caught at sea in the fisheries and used as bycatch as bait. And it's usually the 4 main species that I just said, and they use the skin, the blubber, the muscle, and the side flanks that are prepared as bait. So they use these because they're so ineffective and easy to get and cheap. And it's still illegal. So a study by Peltier in 2016 noted that demersal fish trawls also contributes towards the bycatch of dolphins after studying the interaction dynamics between 5,908 common bottlenose dolphins, which the scientific name is the Tursiops truncatus, and trawlers. According to them, this was attributed to various factors, including risky dolphin behaviors and the unpredictability of fishing gear. Therefore, they suggested improving and monitoring the stability of fishing gear. So some of the management or the suggested solutions is going to be discussed now. So a study by Jog in 2022 noted that there is no effective management solution to aquatic mammal relations with fisheries after reviewing literature from 1995 to 2021. Brownwell Jr. in 2019 also provided the same insights by arguing that no simple practical resolution exists to deal with the issue of the bycatch of small cetaceans. A study by Peltier in 2016 noted a worrying and hypothetically unmaintainable status of bycatch for small cetaceans, common dolphin, the Delphinus delphis, scientific name, in the Northeast Atlantic using estimates from observer programs in UK and France national reports, as well as those collected from stranding data. Estimates from stranding data indicated very high bycatch numbers, approximately 3,650 to 4,700 dolphins per year. Unless something is done, numerous small cetaceans become extinct unless dangerous threats are alleviated successfully without delay. Since bycatch in gill nets is still the paramount threat to small cetaceans and less has been done to reduce it, Brownwell Jr. in 2019 explored the reasons behind the little progress and potential techniques to deal with the imminent loss of small cetaceans. According to them, the definitive lasting resolution to the bycatch issue is the creation and implementation of effective, cheap alternative fishing gear, such as cod pots, which are pots that attract the fish to the pot, lure the fish inside, and contain the fish inside until the pot is recovered by a fisher. So those are used to substitute gill nets without risking the lives of fishermen. So good fishery management, that is, effective conservation policies, and the direct participation of fishing societies, so the skills and know-how of fishermen, are also imperative to ensure the effective protection of small cetaceans, and that's from Brownwell in 2019. Another way to mitigate risks is by reducing bait use. According to Campbell in 2020, combining legislative and community-led approaches can effectively conserve small cetacean populations. Local fishermen can help build and maintain fisheries and protect biodiversity. They also offer crucial technical expertise and funding connection between government agencies, fishing communities, and external sources. For species in immediate danger of extinction, conservation zones can be established where gill nets are prohibited, which is like here. Advanced technology is being used to prevent the bycatch of small cetaceans, particularly bycatch reduction technologies, BRTs, which utilize sensory signals to inform non-target species about the existence of fishing equipment. For instance, a study by Bielli in 2020 observed that deploying light-emitting diodes, LEDs, or net illumination lights, on the float lines of gill nets can decrease the bycatch of small cetaceans. Using 864 fishing nets, the researchers recorded a decrease in bycatch of small cetaceans by 70.8%, and LEDs can be used as a suitable mitigation strategy since they're inexpensive, also from Bielli in 2020. So this picture shows the LED on the net itself, and it shows how they're using it, and it also helps reduce bycatch, as I was stating. That is the solution we have right now, but we need to continue using new solutions and finding a way to reduce it as fast as we can. And this is that bycatch is a major threat to the preservation and recovery of small cetaceans. Just an overview of my project. The Baji is almost extinct or it is extinct. We aren't sure. No statement has really been released. It's not up to date. Some studies consider it extinct, some consider it almost extinct. So bycatch problems have long been unnoticed and underdocumented, like this, if we don't know it's extinct. And then these are my references. Thank you.